Been a long time since we rock and rolled. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm your boy Happy, and this is happystrails. Today I wanted to do a new walk around of the rig. It's been a while. A lot of stuff has been done. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of upgrades, a lot of stuff you've seen, a lot of stuff that you have not seen. So what I'd like to do is just give you guys a full rundown, introduce myself again to some of you guys, since I have a lot of new subscribers since I started the channel, which I'm so thankful for doing. So let's get into it. So like I said in the beginning, my name's Happy. I'm a retired firefighter paramedic out of North Tucson, prior military. And when I got injured, I had a whole string of events happen that kind of pushed me into van life. And if you attend some of my lives and catch me, like, you can ask those questions. I try not to put the personal stuff out on a video, unless somebody requests it, of course. But, you know, catch me on a live and let's talk about anything really, you know. So I started van life probably I want to say it was 20, well, originally it started, I mean, when did van life really start? Like, my love for vans started as a kid. I got a Volkswagen bus in my late 20s, and then really got a sportsmobile and really was gonna do the van life. I think it was like 2015. And then due to unforeseen events that occurred, I wasn't able to make that happen. So fast forward to about 2018, 2018, I finally got another van and hit the road. Sold my house in Prescott, Arizona, and started living what I thought was gonna be the dream. It's been pretty awesome, to be honest with you. A lot of lonely times, but around 2020, say middle of 2020, during COVID is when we picked up this ambulance. And we picked it up out of Kitsap Fire and Silverdale, Washington. Buddy of mine flew me up there to pick it up, brought it back, and he was like, hey, why don't you convert this into an RV? And I was like, I know how to drive those things, you know? So that's what ended up happening. I started out in a Winnebago Revel, sold that thing, and then started building this. And you can go back to some of my previous videos and see when it all started, the builds and stuff. This is kind of like the second build of it. So let's jump into that. So this bad rider, which I call the hashtag Overlandbulance, name was given to me by Down to Mob, of course, thank you, brother, is a 2001 Ford E450. It has a 7.3 power stroke liter diesel, which only has currently 68,000 original miles. And when I got it, had about 50,000. I knew that it was well cared for coming from the fire service, and oddly enough, one of my friends is like the assistant chief there now, so he's like, hey, you got to bring that thing back by. And I'm like, that's a lot of gas to haul there to get up there, but we're gonna make it. So as you can see, I've left the original paint and stuff on it. The kids really dig this when I go to events, and man, I put like 150 kids through there at the Van Fest one year, and they just dug it, and it wasn't even lifted yet. So I got a custom-made bumper from my buddy Mike at Uinta Adventures. He made that thing. That was kind of the prototype. We slapped a light bar in it, and also there's what kind is that? Badland by Warren. Harbor Freight winch in there. That's all I need. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get stuck every weekend. So we did a lift on it. Nichols Auto Fab did the lift for me. So got the 37-inch by 1350 Nitto grapplers on method wheels, and then we took off the light bar up there, the emergency light bar, and I'm putting an actual light bar up there. But as you can see, there's already an awning up there, and that awning was already up there because this was not a transport unit of an ambulance. This was a rehab unit, meaning that when there were fires, this is what would go on the fires. And instead of transporting patients, they would pull this awning down here. It's manual. I made it sound all automatic. But it's a Freedom 3 Carefree of Colorado. put that out, set up some tables with some Gatorade, and some seats, and let the firefighters cool off. They rehab before they go into the fire again. So I left some of the scene lights on here. All the emergency lights have been blacked out for my safety because they probably knew I'd turn them on for something stupid, like I gotta poop really bad or something. So I keep my window shades in there, a couple of my lawn chairs, the wheel chalks. I actually have a snake pole in there that I bought off of Amazon. There's a propane, it's just a Gasland shower hot water heater. It runs to the sink, and then I have a shower head right up there for when I want to take a nice shower. And then in here is what's kind of considered my utility closet. Got my 15 gallon of fresh water. The blue tank is 5 gallon of gray water. That is a Viking cylinder propane tank. And then I've got a little portable toilet there for when I'm using the outdoors in comfort. So this is a Blackstone grill, and that's really what I use most of the time when I'm out cooking. It's a pretty amazing little unit, I think. And one thing I do like about these is that when they're open, they're open. You can see they have a spring latching mechanism. So with a good wind, they won't blow shut on you. And then when you do close them, I mean, they shut really firm, and they are staying closed or open because of that spring unit. And then of course I got the happystrails stickers. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. What? And then this compartment is stuff falling out. I've got some go treads in here. I carry around a handful of Milwaukee tools. Have a gas cooktop here. I've got just a handful of stuff. I got some electrical stuff. One thing that I do carry is a pretty stocked first aid kit. Just being an ambulance and a paramedic, I do worry about somebody mistaking me for an actual ambulance. So one that's in service. So I got a pretty good pack in case I need to render aid to somebody until we can get an actual ambulance called, get them en route. This is what I call my garage. And I have back here a spare panel. This is one that I won at Descend on the Lost Sierras. It was a raffle, and I was able to pick that up. I was pretty stoked about it. I throw it out there when I want to park in the shade. I'm able to take this, move it out into the sun, and continue charging. And then here's the light bar that's going across the top of the front where the old emergency light bar was. I utilize these handles to hang stuff on, which has become really nice. Bluetooth speaker back here, and then I have like a couple tables in here, but I have a floating bed on platform bed, so there's no legs coming down and making it so I can't utilize some of the room in there because they can get in the way sometimes. And in this compartment, I have an air compressor. I have my grass, so when I open up, park for a couple days, I throw it out there and have a nice like porch area. Propane fire pit. And in here, I have, this is a big old table right there. And I also have my 200 amp hour Chins battery, and then just some other electrical stuff, lights and stuff that I'm gonna eventually put on here. This used to be a place that you could access my fridge, because I used to have a cooler style Overland fridge, and now I got this big old sucker in there. I'm about to show you that. But these are my batteries for the motor here to jump start that bad rider. Let me give you a look. If you haven't ever seen what the inside of an ambulance looks like, it just looks like pretty much a regular van. So it's just like a regular van. Got a bunch of switches there. We've repurposed all the switches. Got a nice little light there, which I still use. And then I created a pass-through, and we'll show you that here in a second. All right, so now let's head on inside. Check it out. What do you think? Step inside. So coming in here, I just wanted to show you the fridge that I got now. And this is an Cool fridge that I got from Jimmy. And I had the Overland cooler style, but I just got tired of really digging through it to get anything I ever needed. It's always seemed to be at the bottom. And this is really cool because it actually has not only a nice little fridge here, and storage on the door. Look at ghetto freaking Whataburger ketchup. Dang, oh man, I forgot I had that cottage cheese in there. Yeesh, better eat that. And then it also has a nice little freezer, which I got some hamburger patties in there because I ate all the ice cream. So we also have this little shelf right here on top. What I like about this is I'm able to pull this down and lock it if I want, and then there's no access to it. So these here are the original ambulance cabinets. I just reused them. They're super well built, so I figured why destroy them just to put something similar up. This is the original control panel for the ambulance also, and all I did was add some things and repurpose the switches. So I was able to save a lot of those. And then got the sink here, and just did this is just Amazon special peel and stick and subway tile stuff. Got a little cutting board top here. Let me lift this up and bring it over so you can check it out. It's got a deep sink. It has a little strainer in there, and then it has a drying rack, and then it does have a strainer in the drain so you can pull the junk out and throw it out. And then made a little drawer here, and that thing has been awesome. Just holds all the utensils and stuff in there nicely. And this was one of the first things that Jimmy and I built together, and then we went on to build a couple other rigs for other people even, and he's still building other stuff for people, so that's kind of cool. And then I got a clothes hanger there to hang my coat and my helmet. And then here's the electrical panel, which if you remember back in the day was insane looking, but thanks to Kevin Nichols, he got it looking all pretty and done up right. Look at how clean that is now. So thankful for that thing. Let me get you spun around here. Another thing I'd like to point out here is this was like a $30 Costco special, and it just works out so good. I really like that thing. It doubles as storage and a bench, so multi-uses is a-okay with me. So I know it's kind of hard for you to see right now, but I have a max air fan right here. I've got a couple dome lights, Coleman AC unit that I put in, and there's another max air fan over there. And with these two max air fans, one blowing in and one blowing out, man, it works so good. It's really nice, and I haven't had any problems with being cool. But just in case, since I do have a dog with me, I have this one that I can turn on, and it only lasts like 20 minutes with my battery. But once I build up the battery bank, it should last quite a bit longer. And I did repurpose the lights. So I have high, low, and I can just do one side or the other. So that was pretty cool, right? Yeah, I like it. So these are just regular Home Depot shaker cabinets with a drawer here, and then cabinet here and here. And this frame around here Jimmy and I built, it was kind of like what I told him I wanted, and he was actually able to help me make it happen. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And then on the walls, we were able to do some shiplap. Let me show you that. shiplap on the walls all the way around. These things are so well insulated that it doesn't take much more than is already there to get them livable. So that's it for the rig tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope maybe you saw something different that you hadn't seen before. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section, or find me on a different platform, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you guys want to do. And yeah, feel free to pick my brain on an ambulance if you're doing an ambulance build. Check out the Patreon if you haven't, and as always, thanks for following Happy's Trails. Yeah, buddy.